Do I threaten or cajole or plead? Do I brood or play the gay romancer? Said he smiling, no indeed.
When it comes to a story pulling at your heartstrings, Camelot is absolutely one of the best, and you can catch this Tony Award-winning Broadway hit at Fort Worth's Casa Manana. Welcome to D-Living, the trio that makes up this lover's triangle. The actors playing King Arthur, Guinevere, and Lancelot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this show has been a favorite of many people for a long time, but for those who don't know anything about it, Bradley, give us the plot.
Well, it's basically a love story, Guinevere and Arthur, set against the Arthurian legend. And then this guy comes in and screws it all up.
Thank you very much.
See you in Fort Worth.
Yeah, thank you very much. This has been great. Okay, so we have the love triangle, which is a very popular story, but what makes Casa Manana's version of this story unique?
I think Gabe, the director, he's said to have gone for a more darker kind of approach to it. So there's also a period piece that this is. The costumes, you know, the men are often in tights, which they're not in this one. And there's a lot of bright colors, and there's that kind of pageantry of the period. So that's all kind of gone, and everything's a little darker, a little more scaled down. So we can really focus on the triangle, the love triangle.
It's a little grittier.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so Neely, what's your favorite part about playing Guinevere?
It is good being the queen. I love the scene work in the show. It has such a good book, it's such a good story, and I have such wonderful scenes between Guinevere and Arthur. I really love those scenes. And of course I get sung by the beautiful Lancelot, sings beautiful love songs, and it's always nice to be sung to.
Well, so I would love to know, just each of you quickly, your background and how you ended up in this fabulous, fabulous show.
In this fabulous show.
Or just shows in general,
Shows
even.
in general. Well, I grew up in a little town called Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Go Eagles.
There's fighting words around here, Bradley.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, I just grew up singing in church, and it was a natural progression into theater, and went to college in Pittsburgh, and moved to New York. And these kind of shows you just audition for, and you know, this is a quick little 3-week experience, just 2 weeks of rehearsal and 1 week of a show.
Wow.
It's just great.
It's like the Amazing Race of shows. That's fun.
Yeah, this one was a whirlwind.
Okay, and Neely, what about you?
I don't think I'm allowed to say where I'm from because I grew up in Washington, D.C.
Whoa,
It's getting worse and worse.
it's becoming another show now.
I also went to school in Pittsburgh, and then I moved to New York City and just kept working on the craft and auditioning. And
Neat.
you go all over the country. Sometimes we're lucky to get jobs in the city. And
Think how many men you get to kiss for work and get paid for it. That's what I like about your job.
no, it's tough.
It's good to be the king.
That's right.
That's why I went to college.
What about you, Josh?
I grew up outside of Philadelphia as well, another suburb from Bradley, and went to school and ended up at grad school at University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, and then was in New York. So Chicago and New York, and a little bit in LA, and New York is my home.
And what would you say is the biggest challenge of trying to put a show together like this in a short amount of time? Is it learning the lines? Is it the music? What is it?
Well, we both have done the show before, so
Yes.
his was the big challenge because he was.
It was a nightmare. No, it's like, it really is. I was the only one who hadn't done the show before, so I think in my sleep, literally, I would be running the lines in my head. I didn't have really a decent night's sleep for at least a week or two.
Wow.
But it works its way in eventually, you know, and these guys have been great because they kind of can lead you and help out, and they're fantastic, and the director was really great too, so that helps.
Well, and since this is a little bit darker, grittier show, what age is appropriate to come see this?
It depends. It depends on your personal opinion.
16.
Yeah,
16
okay.
maybe is a nice age. 16
So
and
there's a
up.
lot of passion and fire and bubbles.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sexier.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, all right. You
It's a
had
very
me there. All right.
But it's absolutely appropriate to the
Yeah.
scenario and what the story's about. I think a
Wonderful.
lot of the colorful elements that Josh spoke of are missing because they're concentrating on, it really is a dark story. It's a love story, and it's about betrayal, and it's about honor, and that's what comes out in our production.
Well, it sounds so exciting, and this is the last week for it, so we've got to get
Yeah,
everybody in there.
Sunday, come on,
Wonderful.
come on.
Well, thanks for being here, you guys. We
Thanks
really
for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you
Good
so
to see
much.
All right. Well, you can get more details about Casa Manana's production of Camelot, which runs through March the 10th by checking out casamanana.org, or you can also call 817-332 2272 for more ticket information.